Alrighty, hello and welcome. We're going to be doing something kind of different today. I'm going to be messing around with some of my video settings and just getting used to doing this different type of content. Um, so one thing that I've gotten into in the last year or so that I used to do when I was a little bit younger, but kind of fell out of, and then obviously it's huge right now again. But from what I hear, it kind of goes through its ebbs and flows. So picks back up, then it falls back off. Um, so I'm actually excited. If you haven't guessed by where I'm at, this is actually the TCG site for the Mega Evolutions, and I have a little treat today. I have some Mega Evolutions. I've actually two packs of that to open, and then I have some of the. Um, I think there's the foil cards for the Team Rockets, Zapdos, Articuno, and Tyranitar, I believe. It's right over here somewhere, so we'll see it in a second. And then I actually just bought 600 penny sleeves because I ran out of penny sleeves, and I have a lot of cards to go through. Um, so yeah, so I figured we'd just take a quick look at some of the cards that we would like to chase for Mega Evolutions. I actually believe I already got one of the full arts. So we'll go through I opened two packs. I can really help myself, to be honest. So I got one of the full arts right over here. Actually, this is one I think I opened the other day. A Stone full art. Looks very cool. This is a terrible way to preview that card. Super dark, but that is that is egregious. Well, it looks better in real life, so we'll get a chance to look at it in a second here. Yeah, so basically we're just gonna look at some of the things um, as far as what I'm interested in. I believe I have that full art as well. Um, Obviously, a gold would be nice, but we'd probably end up just selling that. That's not really something I'm interested in. They're cool. I Controversial opinion. I don't really care for the art for the full gold. -1, which maybe I'll show off at the end of the video. I believe I already have this full art as well. From what I heard, the sets hit rate for full arts is a lot better than previous, so I'm really excited about that. So I'm hoping we can open a few there. But yeah, so here's some things in here. I think out of the full arts, the other ones that I would actually like, um, probably actually the Spearow. I think Spearow's a little underrated, and I like that full art. Reminds me of like almost like the Pokemon Go Pidgey, where it's just kind of like just a bunch of birds, kind of like that. Other than that, obviously, any of the full art rares would be awesome, but it's not necessarily realistic. And then I believe they have where is he? There's a regular Dialga. I think I actually already got him. But yeah, some of these guys, I'm not gonna lie, these right here, I have not seen those guys in a game. Mega Lucario wouldn't be bad, even if it's just a regular EX. I wouldn't mind getting I already have Kirlia, but I don't have a Ralts, and obviously a Mega Gardevoir would be nice. Yeah, so just letting you see kind of what's in the set. Obviously, I guess you'd call it the chase. This is all the chase cards down here. That Vulpix looks nice. I think if anything, out of all of them, I'd probably want the Shuckle. I think the Shuckle looks nice. I like that art style, kind of like more line work than anything. Um, yeah, well, we'll see. But yeah, like I said, this is going to be a little janky. I want to get used to everything. Leave that there. So I think perfect. Okay, so we're over here to this cam. I'm going to try to get this all set up. I want the Pikachu in there. That's my Archer figurine, if anybody knows Archer. So I think that's cool. So we have some of these packs. I believe I have 4 of them. So we have they come with the coin, Zapdos coin. Got 4 of those bad boys to open. Pile those bad boys up over here. And then we have some Mega Evolutions. Maybe I've opened 3. Maybe I was really greedy. It looks like I was greedy, so maybe I just have 1 Mega Evolutions left to go. But we'll do a quick recap of everything that we need to get out of there. So yeah, I do think I opened this one. But this one I believe has that full art, so that's actually perfect. We'll start with that one. Yes, I believe this is the full art pack. So yeah, I haven't sleeved everything obviously, but we got that. There's the Kirlia I was talking about. I think I put them in the center. So these are, like I said, those are already opened. I might have to mess with the lighting. Yeah, so yeah, I definitely mixed things around because I didn't want them to get damaged. There it is. So in person, this card looks a lot better in my opinion. Wish the camera would get a good focus. I'll have to mess with that, but it's like focused way out here. You can see it's got a nice gloss to it. We like that, so we're gonna sleeve that one, of course. Get these puppies open. Yeah, so I just got another 600 pack of penny sleeves. I sleeve probably more than most people. Uh, I sleeve just about everything, to be honest. This one will probably get a top loader, but I sleeve obviously all the EXs, even if they're not super special. I also sleeve these. I know that that's not like a high value card or anything like that, but I think that they look nice. There's only one set that I wouldn't sleeve these from, and I don't know what set it is, but it has like the line work on it going across from it. In my opinion, looks really terrible, and it's almost better to just have it as a regular card. So this was the other one I got from this pack that was good. The Xerneas, really cool. Um, Also, underrated art. I saw this the other day. The Solrock, I really am a fan of that. Like the Solrock as the Sun. Big fan of that one. So yeah, that's everything from that first pack. As a kind of a refresher, we got a Strudel, Milk Tank, some other stuff. No shiny energy, unfortunately. So these will go into the bulks. Um, and I believe this one here had a Toxic Croak, Forest of Vitality, and then, whoa. So I'm going to sleeve those, and then a Mega Latias EX, which I'm very happy about. We'll get those sleeved up. Being very careful with those. They probably won't get the top loader treatment, but yeah, I don't think there's anything else really decent in these. I'll have to apologize for the video quality, especially since I'm using a webcam from a couple of years ago. It's just what I had on hand. I know technically I could be doing this with like an iPhone camera and it'd probably look a little bit better, but I might just get something specific for this type of video. We'll pop those bad boys back over here. So really we got one pack to open today, but give ourselves a chance here to sleeve up. No shiny energy, very tragic. Also, the code card, I think this is one of the nicest looking code cards. I like that like honeycomb art on the back with the Pikachu. Big fan of those, as always. Gotta block that out. Can't steal that code, right? Um, I'm a big fan of Pikachu. Not as big of a fan as some other people, but I think he looks nice on the art. There's not a single Pikachu art I think that looks terrible. And right here, so it wasn't the full art, but I did just get the Mega Kangaskhan, and then another Forest of Vitality. So I actually have two of those now. And then that Solrock art, that's probably why I remembered it. I did get that one in a foil. Here we go. Sleeve those. Let me know your guys' opinions on what you sleeve and what you don't sleeve. I feel like since I'm a newer collector, I think obviously most of the artwork is good. I think there's very few artworks I've seen where I'm like, oh, this is buns. I would not, oh my goodness, I'm so mad I pulled this, even for a regular card. But I think that most of the foils and hollows, they look pretty good. They're worth, in my opinion, to sleeve. The joke being that like, oh, one day they might be worth something, as if I would ever sell my cards. The insanity of that statement. Alrighty, so we have one more mega right here. And this one will be the one we're going to open, so this will be a live reaction for that one. All right, so hopefully that should look slightly better. Probably not a lot better, but just reference. Hmm. Might have to end up getting a lamp for this in the future, but like I said, this is just to test out what we got going on here. So, Mega Evolutions, 1 pack to go. I'm gonna rip this bad boy. Now, dare I say, that feels heavy. So that's only a sign of good things to come. So we're gonna rip this bad boy. Once again, the art, I think, for the codes is actually pretty nice. So we're gonna go 2 from the back. Oh, no shiny energy. I do keep all my energies. I know some people don't really care. Got a nice Toxicroak, Seedot, Ralts, Stuffle, Boss's Orders. That's new for me. I haven't seen that one. Stonejourner. These are the ones that I haven't seen in game. I know of them, but haven't seen them. Cardant. I see something in the back, but no spoilers. Mega Signal. So like I said, I do sleeve those. I know some people don't. And Onyx. We love Onyx. And right in the back, Raikou. Very nice. Very happy with those. As always, like I said, I'm not very picky on a lot of the arts. I think it's very rare that I see an art where I'm like, oh, that one sucks, like I don't really like that one. I think for the most part they look nice. So we'll sleeve those bad boys. Also, penny sleeves are cheap. You never know who will want what card, and if one of my friends is like, oh, I actually really like that card, I'd love to be able to give it to them in great condition instead of, it's all scuffed up in my like kind of. I have like a blanks box full of like all of my cards. Um, and so in the future, I'll actually be doing a stream slash recording slash video of me kind of going through and sorting everything. So mostly probably just by types. I probably won't do by sets. Although in the future, I could see myself going back and trying to, complete every single set as I go through. But for now, we'll leave those right there. And now to the meat and potatoes, we have the Team Rocket collector's box. There was well, as you know, very difficult to get anything anywhere. But in my area, I was lucky enough to be able to go to a Target and get these. So shout out to my boy who let us peep game there. So we should be, I think it's Surging Sparks. Then obviously we have the foil cards. I will be sleeving all the foil cards. And obviously, as you can see, I have dupes. So if anyone is interested in the comments and receiving any cards in the future, I'd love to obviously give back. There's no reason I'll need 4 Team Rockets Articunos, although they do look really good. I do like the, because they're promos, they have that special pattern that they do on the bottom of the cards, which I really like. So I am glad to see that. And then at the end of the video, I'll actually show off one of my favorite cards. It was actually one of my first pulls ever, and it's objectively, yeah, I think it's probably my most valuable card in my collection. Nice Zapdos there. We'll have some cardboard to throw into the cardboard pile. I'll have to do some recycling later. This one also comes with a Tyranitar. It's funny, no Moltres, sorry Moltres. But it comes with Team Rocket's Tyranitar as well. So you don't get all birds, you get a pseudo legendary. You can kind of see it on the edging right there that they got that special, like almost like star pattern or constellation pattern, which I'm a big fan of. I think it looks good. So we'll be opening 4 of these boxes. We have a Twilight Masquerade and then the Surging Sparks, both from Scarlet and Violet. So we actually can pull up the hit list for those, and we can actually go through those really quick. Let's see, Scarlet and Violet. There's Destined Rivals, and then there's Twilight Masquerade. So we'll take a look at Twilight Masquerade. Oh yeah, so these are, okay, I've seen these. I was gonna say, I don't know if I've actually ever, I obviously haven't ripped these, so. There's also Surging Sparks, we'll pull that one up in a second. This is what we're looking at. So we can take a quick look and see if there's anything that we would want to see. Trevenant, underrated. Magcargo EX. Uh, Poliwrath, my goat. Unfortunately, the worst Pokemon probably of all time. Phoebus Hate is encouraged here. Bad moveset, and also like I'm in comp. I've not seen him referenced in comp, but I could be wrong. Someone could prove me wrong, and I'd probably have to eat my words. Um, but I think that he's just kind of, he's seen some shit. He's really seen some shit. This guy, he knows something we don't. At least on this expansion, it looks like because on the other one it was like graded out when you clicked on it, but in this one you can get a good look at it. And then the chase cards will be down here. I believe I do have a Dreepy from an old pack I've opened. It's probably deep somewhere in the box. Right off the bat, I'm liking the Sunflora full art. I really like that one. And then even the Wattrel reminds me of Surf's Up. Oh, that's a sick layer on. I like that. It's very reminds me of like Ninja Turtles, like their art style, especially with the junk. Yeah, all these full arts actually look really nice. Oh shit! I think this is the real chase. Getting that Eevee full art. It looks beautiful. The rest of these are great. I've never been a big fan of the supporter cards. Um, I guess I don't really see the draw. And obviously here are all the golds. Like I said, I'm not a really fan of the golds. I'd probably just get rid of it. But yeah, I do fuck with that Eevee and that Lairon and then the Wattrel and some Flora. So those are big four probably for us right there. The rest of these obviously pretty awesome. The Chansey's pretty good. And that is Clefable back there, I believe. Chansey, Clefable. Correct me if I'm wrong there, chat. Yeah, I've definitely opened a few of these because I know for a fact I have Carmine and I have maybe have a bug catching set. Or maybe I have 2.0, bug catching 2.0. But alrighty, let's go back over to here and start looking at our. Oh, you know what? I realized, you know what? We're all gonna have to wait because I figure I should probably just open up all of them ahead of time. And by ahead of time, I mean this will probably get edited out. But we're going to have to open some of these packs. That way you don't have to sit through me ripping cardboard every few minutes. Alrighty, we've opened up all 4 of our packs, or boxes rather. And inside of each of these, we have 1 Twilight Masquerade, so we have a total of 4 of those to open. And then for Surging Sparks, we have another 4. So that'll be exciting. I actually opened a few Surging Sparks Japanese card packs, and I did get some really nice full arts from that. And since we just went over Twilight Masquerade, we'll start there. Let's open these bad boys up. See, and this is what I was talking about. You can definitely see the difference right away. Look at that code card. I mean, it's there, but is there really anything there for you, you know? So we'll pull 2 from the back. Oh, don't look at that code card, guys. Those will be worth something one day. Basic Energy. Lampent. Poltergeist. Ducklet. I do like that Ducklet art. It's very cute. Got a Ninetales action. Lucky Helmet. Mighty Yina. Let's try not to block the lighting. I have terrible lighting in my room because they decided when they sold this apartment that the room shouldn't come with a light in the room, like on the fan. So you're just like, I guess if the window is not open, you're just cooked. Ariados, and that's with the leaf on it. We got a Varoom. We like that. Big on vacuum cleaners around here. It's pretty nice there. And a Teal Mask Opergon. That's actually a nice hit for the first pack. It's not bad at all. We will be sleeving those three. Like I said, I probably over sleeve, if you will. So we'll keep those slightly separate. We'll take the Varoom as well. We'll move these into the regulars. Regular. Sleeve up those bad boys. And then at the end, we'll do a little overview check of everything that we've pulled for this set of packs. Alrighty, next up. Come on, then. I was just thinking that I was getting better at opening these packs, but apparently not. Whoa. Straighten those bad boys out. Drop the code card. Shiny energy on top, unfortunately. That'll be a no. We got Nosepass, Jinx, Fluette, a Sunkern. We do want that Sunkern full art. Hopefully that's a sign. Perrin, supporter card. Like I said, not a big fan of the supporter cards. Got Diplin, Cramorant. Ooh. Oh, that's really nice. A Brute Bonnet. I don't know if you can see that kind of like shift on that. That's a really nice art. I actually really like that. I think it's because it's an ancient. We got a fighting type Arcanine. I believe that's a Hisuian. Now Iron Leaves. Oh, I really like that kind of half and half that they got going on for those. It's very nice. All right, let's make sure we sleeve those. That's new art for me. I have not seen that. The Japanese cards do look the same. They just have, um, truthfully, they just have less value, even though they probably objectively look slightly nicer in my opinion. But I unfortunately do not run, or fortunately, don't run the Pokemon Company. So who's to say? Oh, yeah, that Brutus Bonnet. I think I like that one the most. I don't know what it reminds me of. It just reminds me of like, the sands meeting the water, kind of 50-50 split. Alrighty, two more to go on the Twilight Masquerade. But yeah, so there was a restock at the Target, so I was able to pick up some stuff. Truthfully, I found out about it in the morning, and then I waited till just about mid-afternoon, so like 12:30ish, and already all of the big like ETBs and all those were gone. So it's kind of crazy turnaround for this area. You're not really going to be able to get into something like that unless you get off your ass. But I had worked the night previous, so I was not trying to get out there. Alrighty, you know what we want from the bag? We want a shiny energy. Unfortunately, it's going to be a basic energy. So we got a Wattrell. Are looking for that Wattrell full art. That would be a nice hit. Glimmet, a Thwackery, a Heliodisc, a Glimmora, an Ariados, a accompanying flute, a Phantrump. Okay, it's not terrible. A Giraffic. I like that art a lot. It's super detailed. I wish that I had a nice enough camera so I could show you guys how detailed that is, but it is very nice looking. And last but not least, a Palafin EX. Oh, and it's got that nice little cross pattern, so we like that. What was I calling it earlier? I like think of it like galaxy pattern. You can almost see like it's a galaxy on top. We'll sleeve those three and move on to the last pack for that set. I think a Giraffic might be my favorite of those three pulls, to be honest. I'll show that one off on the screen here in a second. just so that we can see that, you know, without the bad camera quality, what that actually is supposed to look like. And I believe, and that is a full art, or not a full art, but that is a hollow reverse foil. But super detailed, really big fan of that one. Alrighty, and we're back over Last Masquerade, and then we'll go take a look at the Surging Sparks. We'll pop in, take a look at the hit list, but we're always hoping big, but we're happy with anything. Code card hitting the dump. Nice little basic energy to start. Got a Fion. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Little girder action. A Venipede. I think a lot of these super high detail cards, I like those a lot. Even if it's just a regular card. It's really nice. And Aaron. Kilowatt Shult. Brute Bonnet. This is the regular one, so it's non-foil, but it still looks pretty nice. Community Center. Got a Morpeko. Little energy on it. Got a Galali. This guy freaky. Freaky looking. I don't know if that's my favorite there, to be honest. And a Sinischa. So kind of a dud pack, unfortunately. But, like I said, beggars cannot be choosers. We'll have to hope for a little bit of better luck on the Surging Sparks, as we've not received a full art yet. The EXs are nice. Those are definitely a help. Go ahead and put those into their own sleeves. Oh my, first time. Sleeve those bad boys. Alrighty. So let's pop over and take a look at the Surging Sparks list. Right off the bat, I'm not exactly seeing anything that I'm too excited about. A little Ho-Oh action. I know one of my buddies looking for a special Victini. I wonder if that's in this set. Oh, that is a nice Pikachu. I like that Pikachu EX. There's definitely some nice cards in here. Sylveon would be nice. I'd rather have the Pikachu over the Sylveon though. Flygon. Flygon these nuts. And Hydreigon these nuts. The Alolan Dugtrio might be the hit, even though it's, just a regular card. But if we get that as a foil, I'd be very happy about that. As we go down, this card right here, I think is a very cool card. He's not a really great Pokemon in the game, but I think he's really cool. And then down here we have the support and trainer cards. Ooh, it's good execute, full art. Unfortunately, a really good art for a very bad Pokemon. And this might be the hit of all hits, the Alolan Dugtrio full art. That'd be really nice. I do like this sleek Skarmory. I used to rock Skarmory in my party. But I think I remember I was like, oh, I thought he evolved, and I don't think he does. I think as a kid I was like, oh, I wish he would evolve. That Slickoth would be super sick. Now I actually have a surprise related to this card here that I can show you guys later. Yeah, so Surging Sparks, they got some heat. They got some heat. That's all I'll say. They got some heat. All right, so let's pop back over. Let's get to ripping some of these bad boys. Now I said I am not a fan of all of the like gold style cards, and I do mostly stick by that. I think there's maybe one or two exceptions. Got a nice code card in the back. Basic Energy, Bronzor, Duraludon, a nice Marill, like the Marill. Drillbur, Goldango, a gold Goldango. Magnezone, fan of Magnezone. A Technical Machine, Fluorite. An Executor, a Sizzlipede, and a Gouging Fire. Very interesting. Another one of those cards that has that kind of two-tone to it. This one's more like Sand Meets the Sun. We will be sleeving those, just penny sleeving. I haven't seen anything so far that I would put in a top loader, other than maybe that Stone Full Art I got earlier. It's probably the only card that I'd probably top load. Just because, I mean, I don't have very many nice cards, and at my stage, a full art counts as a hit, a super rare hit for me. So I'm always happy to get those. My apologies ahead of time. I'm sure someone will be bothered by the fact that it takes me a very long bit to get these packs open, but you have to bear with me. Check that bad boy out. Dump the code card. Shiny energy coming from the back. Unfortunately, no. Really need more of those bad boys. Got a Rufflet, Trapinch, a Rellor, a Celio, a Magneton, Latios, a Koraidon, Ancient, a Stunfisk with just a energy, a Vibrava, Wolf fighting type, and a Durant EX. Now I believe I actually already have a Durant EX with that same kind of gloss on it. I'll have to check back. It's probably in my binder, but I opened up. I don't know if it probably isn't, but I got. So, oh no, maybe it was a not Durant. It was a Genesect. That's what it is. The Durant and Genesect EXs, in my opinion, look holy rufflet in the sleeve. Um, they looked very similar to me in like how they're styled, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I got absolutely, blackballed on the black, white flare, black bolt boxes. I got a trainer box, and it was pretty brutal. I think maybe from the whole box, I think I got like 2 full arts, and no, I think I got 3 full arts and maybe 7 EXs, and then just a whole lot of nothing. And from what I hear now in hindsight, that's kind of par for the course, although my friends around me did get their full art Reshorams and such, and I was like, damn, a little jealous, but like I said, I'm always happy to receive anything that looks cool. I know that it obviously might not be worth a lot, but if I was looking for value, I would not be doing this because, let's be honest, Pokemon cards, very few of them are going to be worth anything. Few are worth something at all, Drop that energy out. Oricorio, Bronzor, Morlull, Alolan Diglett. We like the Diglett. Ceruledge, Cheezer Toy, a Fluttermane, a Meowstic. Oh, I actually really like that art. It's a nice art. A Shroodle, like that Shroodle, and another Gouging Fire. That is a travesty in the industry. I believe that's what they would call that. Don't mind receiving the same card if it's a normal, but as one of your last 3, it's kind of a bummer. But maybe someone will take joy in me not hitting. So that's what it's all about. I'm doing this so you don't have to. Or think of it as I'm soaking up all the bad karma of these packs. So when you guys open up your packs, you know that at the very least, I've taken these out of the pool for you guys. So feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. It's a little bit of a thank you. Um, I know that that will mean more to me than ripping any card, any gold. That's worth more to me. Nice little Swablu. Big fan of Swablu. Shiny energy going to be coming out the back here. I can just feel it in my bones. Got a nice little Swablu going on. Sandy Gast, Zweilous, Rotom. Fan of that card. Once again. Drayton. Trainer card. Comment if you want that card. It's all yours. Don't really fuck with the trainers. Kilowattrel. There's the Ho-Oh. Just regular Ho-Oh, but really nice. Shinotech. Very nice. Fuecoco. We like that. And obviously a gold full art in the back of the pack is only natural, but we'll take a foil Palkia. That is a win. Like I said, as long as it's a new card, I'm happy. So yeah, that just about does it for today's pack opening. Like I said, something a little bit smaller. If you can call it smaller, I mean. The charges, or at the prices they're charging, what is a small opening? Oh, fuck it. Ho-Oh's getting the sleeve too. I didn't mean to do that, but Ho-Oh's getting the sleeve. He deserves it. He's done enough, I think. Really like that Palkia though. So we'll go over in a second and just look at some of the bigger hits. I'll go through and look at some of the EXs maybe, cards that I'm more happy about. So got the Palkia, Ho-Oh, Shinotech, got a few of these. I am very happy with the, obviously, Durant EX. That's a nice hit. Pop that bad boy down. Yeah, the rest of these, unfortunately, not that huge. I just dropped all these, whatever. That was another EX, so 2 EXs from the whole set of them. Got some fine foils. And then from the previous Mega Evolution set, Girafarig, I actually really like that one, but it's not an EX. So there's the Palafin EX, and obviously we have all of the cards related to the packs. So we have a ton of those. Team Rockets cards. Raikou, Mega Signal, Mega Kangaskhan. That one's pretty big. Force of Vitality. We have 2 of those actually. And a Mega Latias. Very happy about that one. Xerneas. And then finally, I think the best pull, which unfortunately didn't get to see on video, is that full art Houndstone. Now, in a second here, I'll probably cut to it, but I am going to grab my binder so I can show off my pride and joy. We are back, and I wanted to show off in true hypocritic, how do you say? Yeah, Hippocratic fashion. Said I didn't like golds, but first ever pack right there next to his buddy. Gold Pikachu EX. So very happy about that. I actually didn't get that in the pack here. So you can see it's actually slightly different. This one is more of a blue on the bottom. So we have that one there. And then I'll show you here. It's actually more blue on the cheeks than red. So yeah, this one's slightly different. Very happy about it though. I probably will be getting this one, turning this one into PSA for them to look at. I'd be happy with anything, probably 7 or up. I actually wonder what that one goes for. So right here you can see, yeah, anything, yeah, even ungraded, about $59. And then as you go up to PSA 10, and it looks like it's actually, ungraded has gone down, and it's starting to go back up, it looks like a little bit. We have to actually look at sales. So it is selling. People are... Now mine is slightly different, and I'm wondering if from this one right here. So yeah, that looks closer to my card right here. Okay. Whoa. Alrighty, so this looks like, yeah, that's more closer to my card. So I guess since it's not from Surging Sparks, it is from an Evolutions. That grade 10, 1 per day, PSA 10 is going a little bit crazy. Yeah, so it looks like there's maybe a little bit of a bump there. Oh, this is, I want to look at the PSA 10 one. Either way, you can see right here, anywhere in the $300, $400. So I definitely will be sending that one to get graded. If it's obviously not graded, we crack that some gun. Yeah, even an 8 or a 9 is still reasonable. Obviously, 9.5, 10. 10 would be fantastic. So we will definitely be sending that bad boy in. Yeah, so that actually concludes the video. Thank you guys for watching. And if you could, like, comment, and subscribe. Feel free to correct me on any of the things that I'm saying wrong. I know sometimes I call reverses, hollows, and foils. In my head, those are all the same thing. Anything that's got a glimmer on it, that's a hit for me. But yeah, thank you guys for joining, and have a wonderful day.